Hi, I'm Mark Nacol with the Nacol Law Firm, and I was asked to make some comments and suggestions with regard to the Uniform Child Custody Jurisdiction Enforcement Act, which gives you tired head to even say it, but basically it's interstate jurisdiction. We do a lot of this. We get calls from every state, many states throughout the United States. You know, how can I protect myself? How can I protect my child, my custody rights in my own home? Where is jurisdiction? What court has the power to make the decisions when people live in different areas? We start off with simple issues. If you get a divorce in a state and that divorce is granted in that state and your children are subject to jurisdiction in that state until they're 18 years of age in that court with that judge. Now, the judge might lose the election, somebody else get reelected, but that court is your court in perpetuity, absent some remarkably circumstances that I've rarely, if ever, run into. The second issue is if there is no divorce and the child's grown up and maybe with both parents for a while, then separated for a while, then with one parent, then the other parent, and they moved to a different state, where's the jurisdiction? You start off with the second simple premise, and that is 6 months before a lawsuit is filed to establish custody rights, modify rights or otherwise, the child must reside in that state continuously, in perpetuity. Doesn't mean that the father or mother can't go to a training session for their company for 3 weeks in another state. They still have the residency in that state. But it has to be continuous for 6 months. You can't go 2 months in one state, 1 month in another state, another 2 months in the same state, another month state, 2 months in the same state. You can't stack the time. It has to be 6 months. In the event that there is 6 months, that is the case of jurisdiction. Okay. So those are the simple ones. The calls I get usually aren't simple. There are occasions where neither parent or child lives in a given state and a suit is filed in that state. Well, that is an easy answer. There is no jurisdiction. And if there is another state that is filed at the same time, it's really a race to the courthouse. Get on Seabiscuit, and whoever gets there first gets the trial where they want it. Now, in those circumstances, and in some other circumstances where the court can decline for fraud and other reasons jurisdiction, or demur to another court, in that event, it's a fact-specific situation. The court's going to look at whether there's been domestic violence, what is the distance to the court, what is the nature of the evidence, where's the evidence located, where are the witnesses, the familiarity of the court with the parties. Those issues clearly prevail if you can preponderate in a forum convenience proceeding. Also, if there is joint jurisdiction, a court can decline jurisdiction, and the Act provides for the ability of the judges of each jurisdiction where the proceedings are filed, Texas versus Oklahoma, California versus Florida, they call and they work it out. And they use these same case-specific principles, or if there is a core principle that can't be waived or is not just an element but is mandatory for jurisdiction in one area, they can sort that out and they will decide it, and there is very difficult appeal chances for what the judges decide. Once they decide it and it goes to a court, that's where you have to go to finish the lawsuit. All of these issues are appealable at some point, and in some rare cases you can get appeals before the final ruling of the court, but most of the time they are subject to appeal, and the court's going to support that compact. Having 50 states with the same sets of rules reduces expense, lawyers' expenses, costs, filing fees, appeals. it gives order to chaos. And if some lawyer tells you if you're not either have a home state where you filed your case or 6 months continuous location, they say that this is a simple matter, walk fastly out of their office because it can get very complicated. Thank you so much for allowing us to talk with you today. If we can help you out, or if we can make what I've said clearer and more specific, give us a call at our firm, Dallas, Texas, 972-690-3333, or go to nacollawfirm.com. We have many blogs on this issue that you can freely look at, and give us a call. We'd be glad to help you.